let me know when you're done. Just. Oh dear.
There. Okay. You introduce us. Start when you want to.
Yeah, we already started.
Oh, okay.
Because I love those random openings always. But when the height of the podcast is always the beginnings.
Just let them know to turn it off right now.
Yeah, but yes, hello again. Same intro, same people, another podcast for the Lone
Same
Colony.
bat time. Same bat channel.
Same that everything is. You might as well click off now. There's some Gaming Beaver and Best in Slaw will be covering this better than us. But yeah. Oh wait, I forgot
Yeah,
the
I
word
can't wait for
dog.
Beaver's one video and Best in Slots 9,000.
David, stop disrespecting our dads. Alright, so today we are talking about a game that we admire a lot and was something we've been looking forward to for a long time, before it was even announced, before it was
Yeah,
even being
something
developed.
neither of us thought would ever exist.
Yes,
Such a surprise.
yes. Today we are talking about the game Jurassic World Evolution, or as we like to call it, JPOG 2. But
Jouet.
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 It's an acronym. It's not supposed to be spelled out, but it's so fun when you spell it out. But yeah, so we'll be covering everything from the announcement all the way up to the upcoming Deering DLC, which, as of recording this, isn't out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll.
Not a few days.
Yeah, a few more days. Few more days. I need to buy
By the
myself.
time this podcast is released, it will be like a month out.
I'll try to upload it soon. But yeah, so I guess we'll just start off with when the news of it starts circulating with that first announcement and that test proof of concept trailer where the electrician gets eaten by the T-Rex. But
Oh,
yeah, I remember when it was first announced and when that first trailer came out, I was very, very on the fence on it because I was still pretty dedicated to the J-pop community. In case you guys don't know, I'm actually Skinner. Um,
world renowned.
I wouldn't say world renowned, but it sure.
World renowned by J-pop standards.
Ow. But yeah, so I was a little on the fence because, you know, for me, I was really thinking about what can this game provide that the modding community for JPOG can't, and what will be new. And this was just the announcement trailer, the proof of concept. So yeah, and also considering the last Jurassic World game was a mobile game, I was really, really on the fence with this. Um, what about you, David?
I heard about it. I got excited, but years of the video game industry being what it is, I tried not to get too excited because there's so many ways video games can come out terrible these days, whether it's by being defunct or studio fuckery. And
Yeah.
so that always kept me on edge. Now, while when it did release, it was good. By all means, before it released, we knew that the studio fuckery was like on its way. They were having the pre-order, deluxe bonuses, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think, unfortunately, it was acceptable because no microtransactions. That's the big bad, right?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
think that was like the main fear. Will they put in microtransactions? I think the day we found out there were going to be alternate skins, we got really worried.
Um, yeah, me a little less so because I was really following up with the Beavers videos, and they were kind of explaining how alternate skins were going to be in game. Um,
Yeah, but I also know that often the companies are not
yeah,
beyond going back
no,
on
no,
their
no, yeah,
word.
yeah, I know what you mean. Like Blizzard with Overwatch and loot boxes, and
No, no,
uh,
not just that. Like, because at least with Overwatch, we knew there was going to be like loot boxes, right? Here's an
yeah.
example: like loot boxes were out of the blue
No,
added
I
to.
know. I was referring more so to like skins being linked to paid
Oh yeah,
content. Yeah.
yeah. No, for me it was like they were saying they wouldn't, but there was a chance they go back on their word. A lot of game studios have been doing that.
Turn slowly to EA.
Looks at Bethesda.
Ooh, baby.
Damn.
Topic for another day.
Oh god.
But yeah,
But so it was a bit worry. However, gameplay wise, I I was pretty excited still because I felt like the gameplay for J-Pog is in no way that advanced. So I
no,
figured it
yeah,
would be hard to mess it up.
yeah. Though,
Um,
granted, the company that was doing this had absolutely no ties with JPOG, and
but they
but they
do have
did,
like
yeah, they
those
do have
park
a,
simulation games.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, they did have a history with other simulation games like Zoo Tycoon and Planet Coaster, I believe it was. Um, and it is, I I started getting off the fence when that first actual gameplay trailer was shown with the game engine and whatnot.
can I
Uh,
just say, during that time we talked about it a lot. I remember the stuff you were saying, and and even I could tell just from the way you spoke that it was less to do with like the stuff around the game and more so not wanting to let J-Pog go.
I don't want to let the past go, but yeah, it's a little bit of that, but also, like I said before, what can this new game provide that the modding community can't? And apparently a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so when that first gameplay trailer dropped, that's when I started to get a little more interested, started leaning more towards purchasing this, and it was a park simulation game. It was only when um, the first ever actual gameplay video started appearing, where I think they attended a con or something like that, and the developers were allowing YouTubers to record their gameplay experiences on that, and then uploading it on YouTube a little later. And I guess that's when I started getting really, really invested into this game. Um, because that's when I kind of realized, oh, so this is the park simulation game that I wanted. This is the sequel to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Or should I say, unofficial sequel to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as news came out, the excitement was building and the community was blowing up. Like, and this was in the midst of like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom coming out.
Yeah, yeah, it was
And I don't like that movie, but I think the community mostly did.
a good portion of it. Yeah,
I mean, it did gross a lot, and it's one of those things where it's like I actually do see a lot of positive for it.
yeah,
It's not like Transformers where they make a billion, but everyone shits on it.
yeah. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, soon after that, the game came out. I believe you
I
didn't
got it day
pre-order.
one.
Yeah, you didn't
I
pre-order
didn't
it.
pre. I don't pre-order. I
Yeah,
did get
not
it.
not anymore.
Not after Destiny. No, no, no.
Oh dear, oh no. But yeah, so
A game which I put 300 hours into. Like,
But yeah, so
But that's a
you
story for another day.
you got like the full experience with the game. Like you bought it day one. Me, I waited a bit longer because I wanted to get it on sale, and I got
I
it when the
We
Doctor
should
Who DLC
mention
came out.
this is a weird case. A lot of people were saying it was launched too expensive because it was $60. Here's the
Yeah,
weird thing: in the states, it was $60. That's the price of a full-fledged game. Here, it was $60, 65 with the deluxe DLC. What's funny is that here in Canada, AAA games are usually $80 at
yeah,
launch.
yeah. That's
So
probably
technically,
because
we got
of.
a kind of discount.
I mean, I got it for $20. That
No,
plus
you
with
waited a long time.
yeah, but it wasn't that long. Like the following winter, that's when the Doctor Who DLC came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I picked that up. So I got like the whole thing, the deluxe edition with the Doctor Who DLC for about $40. So that's half, and $20 off the American price. But I think the reason why we get it so expensive is because the difference between our dollar.
No, no, you're right. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, it's weird that this game wasn't $80 here because it's 60 in the states.
Oh, so we got. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we kind of got a discount,
Well,
kind of
little bit.
compared to other, yeah, compared to other games.
AAA
Um,
mainly, but yeah.
yeah,
Um,
but I got it day one. I was there since the beginning. It was a wild ride.
yeah.
To
You
be
should.
there because
Yeah, you should definitely talk about your experiences since you had like the bare bone game
yeah.
before the updates and the DLC.
Yeah, ironically, I think my first feeling was disappointment because I couldn't turn off the HUD. Because one
Yeah,
of the first things I thought when this game was coming out was potential for those old school, like you know how there would be old school J-pop videos, kind of people self-made documentaries and series and stuff there. And
yeah,
I thought this new game it would be perfect, but then we couldn't turn off the HUD. This problem
yeah.
was fixed later, but we'll get to that. I
I,
remember blasting through the main islands very quickly.
yeah,
But getting 5 stars on all of them, I remember, was such a chore because funny because like no one said, and I think a lot of people still don't know. The key is building your amenities next to the viewing vents. You do that, you were set, but no one knew that at first. It was such a mystery. And
yeah,
like I said, some people still don't know that they have all sorts of other means, but it was a mystery to get the 5 stars, so that was fun.
yeah,
Unlocking the dinosaurs was always a blast. I remember as soon as I got the T-Rex, I put it in I went back to the first island. I put it in an enclosure, and I just watched it like do its thing. I had to just fight a bunch of dinosaurs and stuff, and watching all the new animations and stuff.
yeah,
That first, there was real experience because the core J-Pog experience in there is there of making a park and letting the dinosaurs do their own thing.
yeah. And even for just the vanilla game before the updates, you'd say it was a little more advanced than J-pop, right?
Some mechanics were definitely.
Um,
Especially like the maintaining the dinosaurs, right? In J-Pod,
right.
water, food,
That's
and you
it.
can put them in a 3x3 enclosure.
And that's it. But yeah, here there is definitely a little more dynamic gameplay to it. Like when you
And
incubate the dinosaurs, you could add genetic modifiers which could enhance it, or
Mhm.
um, and some modifiers enhance while others decrease. So that's also pretty good.
I will say, a complaint that people have that I kind of disagree with. A lot of people were talking about like, oh, you're so limited in like what you can kind of do in terms of making your park look good. But I
Oh, you
feel
mean
like,
like decorations and whatnot?
yeah, and that is true. But I mean, in terms of park layout, you see what some people have managed to accomplish.
Every other Beth and Slav video. But yeah,
Yeah, all
yeah,
sorts of tricks into making certain shapes happen. Um, I think it's hard because the mechanics are advanced, but they are there. It's kind of like you look at like latter day Halo Forge modes; they are super complex, and you see them. It's like, how the hell am I going to make anything out of this?
but
But it's
yeah,
because of those advanced mechanics that some really creative people have made some wild stuff, and it's kind of
yeah,
the same in this.
yeah.
I think, and this is an issue we all, if we're talking about just stuff on launch, I think the biggest disappointment in the game came before the game launched, and that was when we saw a video of a Ceratosaur killing a T-Rex,
Yeah,
and we realized that the dinosaur fight animations they were basically going to be the same.
yeah, the recycled animations for practically every other species. Yeah. Um, that was very disappointing with me, mainly because for some of the dinosaurs, I guess mainly T Rex, Spinosaurus, Triceratops, and Ankylosaurus and Stegosaurus had their own unique animations, and this does have a few unique animations. But when the Spinosaurus kills the T Rex, it's almost like what it did in Jurassic Park 3, and then T Rex does something completely different to what the Spinosaurus does. But here it's just the recycled animations for every
And,
species.
and in no way do they all sync upright.
Yeah, and also one thing I also really don't like that this game does, but J-Pod um, did better, was how the animals interact with each other. Main example would be Velociraptor and any large hadrosaur dinosaur, with the exception of Iguanodon. Um, this like in J-Pog, it kind of favors with either the carnivore or the herbivore, depending who has the most stamina, or who could get the farthest quickly. And uh, it was literally coin toss. This is to decide who lives and who dies. But here it's always pre-planned. If you have a herbivore with a carnivore, there is a 100% chance that herbivore is going to die from the carnivore. And there was nothing to change it. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and back then, it's been a while since we have to deal with this issue, but carnivores would kill on sight.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, a lot of those mechanics, people ask me why. The idea was that they really built the mechanics around park maintenance. The idea was that if a carnivore were to break into your herbivore enclosure, like let's say you kept the enclosures together, and they
Yeah.
broke into the herbivore enclosure, it's obviously because they want it to be a problem for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a real issue if you don't handle it fast. But what did happen was, like, if people wanted to make more interesting enclosures, uh, they mix and match species and maybe try to maintain their own little ecosystem, which a lot of people do, it was impossible.
Yeah. But
I
but
remember
yeah.
I remember when I first unlocked Isla Nublar, the kind of free roam site, and I think that's the one a lot of people were trying to make into like the site B, let the dinosaurs wander around.
Yeah.
I remember I had to do that, and like in like 10 minutes, the T-Rex and Spinosaurus have literally killed all the herbivores I bred.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, it's just it would be nice if they were able to do what they did in J-Pod here with Joy, because there's just something really nice about the chaoticness of the AIs interacting with each other, just trying to kill each other or just trying to escape the other.
Yeah, there was a real sense of
Yeah, there was a real sense of
randomness.
struggle. Yeah, and it could go either way. But here, you just know when something's gonna die when it starts act. Like if you see a Struthiomimus just standing completely still, just looking like a complete idiot, and all of a sudden you just see this Herrerasaur coming up from behind. It's like, so that's why you're standing in place. But yeah, it's just back in J-Pog, it was never pre-planned. It was kind of, who has the upper hand.
Yeah, it was always random because the herbivores could like had a chance to escape
Yeah,
and would try to run away.
yeah. Um, But yeah, so I guess that's first impressions. And I guess we covered most of the negatives. You want to just go into the positives?
Yeah. Um, the I guess to start at the most basic point, the aesthetics are incredible.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
bright, the extremely bright, vivid colors, like the green on blue.
Yeah, it's and as the updates go on, the game just keeps looking better and better and better, and just adding more aesthetics to it, especially with the upcoming DLC. Which,
Yeah.
yeah.
The dinosaur models are great. Sound design's great.
Oh wait,
It's nice that
one more negative, real quick. All of Velociraptor skins are trash.
we haven't even gotten to skins.
Oh
We
sh!
haven't even gotten.
Wait, it was a negative. But yes, please continue.
All right, best in slot. I'm shooting a lot of best in slot. I fucking love best in slot.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you? But yeah, so please continue.
um, there was the dinosaur models are great. Design's great. The
Yeah,
animations themselves, when they sync up right, they're really good.
yeah, especially some of the newer animations.
Something that needs to be pointed out: the dinosaur pool is like, so extensive, and when you
Yeah,
really look at that map, especially nowadays, there are so many like non-North American dinosaurs. In JPOG,
it
there were
was.
like three non-North American sites.
Yeah, but
And
now
one of
it's.
them had like Brachiosaurus.
Yeah, Tenenagura, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um there's like English dinosaurs, Asian dinosaurs, Australian dinosaurs.
Oh, don't forget of our boy Majungasaurus.
I was about to say Madagascar.
Yes.
And South America, all the continents are pretty much covered for.
Yeah.
Now Arctic, Prince Creek, and
Um.
with the kind of northern troodons, like the big troodons.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
A lot of the species in this do overlap. Like the Proceratosaurus, there is a dig site for it in China, so I'm assuming that's Guanlong. Same thing with Parasaurolophus, which I think it's Charsmosaur there actually.
No, I don't recall Parasaurolophus having a Chinese site, but Proceratosaurus is. Yeah, I think it is from there.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Ah.
No, Proceratosaurus is in England.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
but there are multiple sites of it outside of England.
not in China.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about in game.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you said in China. No,
Yeah.
but you're right. Like there are plenty of sites that have overlapping dinosaurs. I'm just talking about in terms of the species overall, not in
Yeah.
terms of sites, just in terms of raw species. And
Yeah,
then
it's
the DLCs often come with quite a few non-North American dinosaurs, which is nice to see. And the one, and like it, it is nice to have a couple of like a couple ceratopsians, a couple uh ankylosaurids, a
yeah,
couple hadrosaurs.
yeah, it's definitely more than a healthy roster of species. And as the game
Yeah.
progresses, we're even getting more, including some of the J-pop classics, which we'll get to soon.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah, the DLC, while it's some of it, when they're just adding in dinosaurs, I feel like they shouldn't charge for that.
yeah, they did
Um,
during like the earlier interviews, they did say that the first few DLCs or updates will be free, but then they'll just start releasing more paid, expansive updates. So not not the worst inconvenience, especially since the dinosaur DLCs that just adds dinosaurs are only $5 a pop, while the more story driven DLCs like Doctor Wu and the upcoming Claire DLC is about four times that, so $20.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
Um, The free updates have done a lot, especially in the AI's behavior.
Yeah. Also, one of the free updates was the Fallen Kingdom expansion, which included the 6 species that were exclusively in the film Fallen Kingdom,
Yeah.
which was a nice little treat. That could have easily been a paid DLC, but
That was well. I mean, that would have been a bit shitty, especially because they know those are the dinosaurs. A lot of people are gonna want after
yeah.
that movie. And like I
So
said, that movie was taken pretty well.
so yeah, it was pretty nice that they released those free, and especially with the Indoraptor, which kind of definitely one of those dinosaurs that closes the bridge between the small carnivores fighting and the large carnivores fighting because it could fight both.
And just the amount of unique animations they made for it.
Yeah, it's just delicious. But I do like the Allosaurus. It's my favorite. But
It's your
but
favorite dinosaur.
yeah, I know. But I don't know about this Allosaur in Fallen Kingdom. It's meh.
It doesn't look. It doesn't look like an Allosaurus. I mean, Allosaurus in media is always weird. Like, yeah, like they all have super thin heads, when the skeletons I've seen don't.
Yeah, it's
Like
just
from the museums I've been to, and when you look up reconstructions online, they're thinner than a T Rex's, but
yeah. But this
not super long.
yeah, this guy is almost like a crossbreed between an alligator and a crocodile almost.
It looks a bit creepy, honestly.
Yeah,
The Jurassic Park.
especially with his stoner eyes, just ooze.
Mm. Um, Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's funny you say that. Allosaurus in Jurassic World. It is one of my favorite big carnivores. Uh, I think that's a lot of that because its animations sync up real well, and it has a couple unique animations too.
Yeah, very few though. Yeah,
If we're going, I mean, the Indoraptor is the star of that free update.
yeah,
Baryonyx is kind of whatever. I
eh,
mean, it looks kind of dumb in the movie. It acts really dumb in the movie.
but
The Jurassic World version, I don't know. It just they made it they made it even more crocodile. Even the way its body is so horizontal,
no, yeah, you're right.
but like, and the neck is like, it has that S-shaped neck. Like it just looks weird. Like the
No, yeah,
Suchomimus is so much better
yeah, you're
model
right.
wise.
Um, since we're like neck deep into the expansions, you want to move forward with the first official paid DLC.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the first ever DLC was released like a good half a year. Actually, no, just a couple of months after the game's initial release. And it was the Secrets of Doctor Wu. And this is where one of my major positives for the game come in. I absolutely love the Spinal Raptor mission. I just love it. It's so great because the gameplay before it's almost kind of scripted, and you kind of do the same thing over and over again, and you're trying to get to 5 stars. And that's pretty much the end goal. But with the Doctor Who DLC, it does have more of a story element to it. And when you're breeding the Spinoraptors, I absolutely love it because in case you guys don't know, you need to make a Spinoraptor with a rating of 400, I believe. And usually, with what everyone did was they just added genetic modifications without thinking, and then when it starts going rampant and you try to tranquilize it, you can't, and then it breaks loose. So now you need to combat it with another dinosaur. I don't know, but I really do like that.
It was one that, well, I mean, it stands out from the usual make this, have these survive this long mission. It can be a
Yeah,
real pain a lot of the time. I mean, granted, it's like in retrospect, there's a lot of ways to mitigate that. Like example, they tell you to make 3 velociraptors. You have to make them all happy for like 10 minutes, but then every once in a while a storm will come by and they'll try to escape. But then you get into that cycle. Well, one escapes, that you put that to sleep, and you move it back. But as it's moving back, the other ones are missing comfort because there's only 2 in the cage still. It's
Yeah.
like, in retrospect, make a few more velociraptors. They'll
Yeah.
try to escape, but as soon as you knock out the ones that try to escape, the rest who are still standing, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's just better for you. That's just better in the long run.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Those missions are always a pain.
Always. But yeah, it's also the inclusion of the 5 new species: Olora Titan, Troodon, and then 3 hybrids, which was I don't know. I think before the DLC came out, Frontier made a statement saying how they weren't planning on adding any other
Yeah,
hybrids.
no hybrids.
Yeah, it was just going to be Indoraptor and Indominus Rex, but then they come out with this DLC surprising us with Ankylodontus, Spinoraptor, and actually canon within the Jurassic World franchise, Stegoceratops, even though it used the wrong Ceratopsian, but it's in there. It's in there.
That Stegoceratops is a wild looking thing.
Yeah, actually, have you seen the official concept arts for the the official Stegoceratops for the first Jurassic World?
Well, I seen the picture of it in the first Jurassic World, but not the concept art.
Yeah, but basically it was supposed to be a amalgamation of Stegosaurus, but another Ceratopsian. I completely forget what it was though. Um, but yeah, so the inclusion of the Doctor Who DLC certainly opened the floodgates to the possibilities of what else could be added, and just adding more story elements to the game, which was something I really, really enjoyed. I've stated that before. David, do you have anything else to add?
No, the mission was fun. The story was pretty short. Kind of went nowhere, like most of the story does.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
the new dinosaurs are definitely worth it. The Troodon,
Yeah, definitely.
great dinosaur.
Yeah, definitely the jewel in that
The
DLC.
the I'm blanking on the name. The Hadrosaur.
Oh, Olora Titan.
Oh, yeah, I really like it. It's a nice. It has some very great skins.
Yeah,
Um, the Spinoraptor, while it's considered many people's favorites, and I like it, it really disappointed me with the animations.
don't you mean the lack thereof?
Exactly. So many fights end in death flops. It really only has animations against medium carnivores. And I think other raptors, even then, I don't, maybe perhaps not.
Yeah, it's
I haven't bred one in a while.
yeah. I'll definitely need to investigate it myself as well.
I mean, I kind of been less enamored with the hybrids over time as a concept in Jurassic Park.
No, yeah, it's definitely something completely strange, but I guess we need to get in with the motions now because it's kind of becoming the norm.
Well, not anymore. Not with Jurassic World 3.
I mean, I mean, Colin promised a lot of things with Fallen Kingdom, and those didn't come to fruition. So, yeah, I don't know. Studio interference always wins in the end.
Yeah. Um. Who knows if we'll get another Hypone in there?
Yeah,
But it's not the worst thing. It's not like the Indoraptor is not the reason I don't like Fallen Kingdom. It's most things around it.
another podcast for another day. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, next two DLCs. Actually, you want to cover these two simultaneously?
Yeah. I mean, they just added dinosaurs.
Yes. The Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack and the Carnivore Pack.
The
Uh,
Cretaceous pack was such a swerve. Everyone was losing their minds over the Carcharodontosaurus when they announced it. But it was like, oh, cool, yeah, they're adding Iguanodon, sure. Little did we know.
Oh boy, the Iguanodon, like the Troodon and the Indoraptor from before, was the crown jewel of its pack because it came with brand new animations and it was one of the only
Hadrosaurids. Like, I
uh,
mean, it's not
I
really
I
Hadrosaur,
mean
but you know,
it's technically an
ornithopods.
ornithopod. Yeah, it's an ornithopod, but um, the only other ornithopod in the game was Metabarosaurus, but that couldn't fight back. But Iguanodon, the only Hadrosaurian-looking herbivore, the only ornithopod in the game that could defend itself
And
against.
with a completely unique animation set for both
Yeah,
small and medium-sized carnivores,
yeah,
and funny enough, a unique death animation for large carnivores.
yes. Like for the large carnivores, it just kind of gets hit on the hip and then dragged down. But when it executes uh, the carnivores, whether it be the something as small as Troodon or something as big as Carnotaurus, it's either the prison shank or the Spartan kick. I remember when Beaver first showcased all the dinosaurs, and I saw that. I was like, oh my god, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, they. Oh my god, that kick made the Iguanodon like an all-star with the community.
Yeah, because like I guess as the game keeps progressing, I keep having that message keep going through my head. Like we can't introduce new animations, we can't introduce new animations. But then you see shit like this, and it just makes you go completely ballistic. It's just it's too good. It's too good.
Yeah. So and then the other like the Carcharodontosaurus, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's not a favorite, but it's nice that it's there.
Yeah, I do enjoy its presence, especially since it kind of closes the gap between Jurassic World Evolution and Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, as it is one of the original J-Pog dinosaurs in that list.
Yeah.
And also we have
What was the third dinosaur that was added in that?
it was Dreadnoughtus, the sauropod.
Yeah, nothing
Nothing.
beats Brachiosaurus. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's another thing we forgot to mention. The Ankylodon. Usually, whenever there's I think we expect too much from these DLCs to think that every animal is going to be given something unique to do, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Like, when Carcharodontosaurus was announced, I thought, oh, okay, so maybe this will be another predator to hunt sauropods, but it didn't. And when Ankylodontus and Dreadnoughtus came to the scene, I thought, oh, these are brand new sauropods. One of them is considered the largest, and the other is a hybrid with an ankylosaur. So I thought, okay, so maybe these guys can't get killed by the Indominus Rex, but they end up doing. So I guess from now on, we just need to look forward to the one dinosaur
yeah.
as the crown jewel in said pack. But
And
then we
speaking
have,
of well, actually, it's funny because that kind of wasn't the case for the next one.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, oh yeah, we should do that. And then the carnivore pack dropped. And
Oh
oh
my
boy.
god,
But yeah, it's
Acrocanthosaurus.
Acrocanthosaurus, freaking Proceratosaurus, which I will admit, I thought it was a Guanlong, but it's. And also Herrerasaur, which I also confused for Utah Raptor. Like, aw. Um, but yeah, all three of these come to the table with their own very unique set of animations.
Yeah, not all the animations are unique. The Herrerasaur probably has the most unique one.
Yeah,
It has a new feeding animation. It has and it has an animation for killing its other Herrerasaurs. Ironically,
yeah, I still need to check that out.
I've never put it up against medium carnivores. I wonder if it has an animation for those guys. It's in a
Um,
weird size range, right?
yeah, it's somewhere close
Quite
to
bigger
the.
than the Velociraptors, but smaller than like a Majungasaurus.
Yeah, it's like it's around the same range as the Spinoraptor or the Indoraptor, roughly. A little bit, sort of. Maybe,
Yeah.
definitely a little lighter. That's what I'll say. Um, but yeah, Acrocanthosaurus, all star with amazing skins, a nice set, a couple of new animations, and also another J-pop classic, further closing the gap between the two. Oh my god! But yeah, it's actually every all the
Oh, did we mention the Acrocanthosaurus skins?
I did kind of say it has pretty good skins, but please elaborate.
Oh my god. Okay, so one of the big issues I had with the skins in this game personally was that we had the vivid skin, which clearly shows they make things purple. But they rarely did. They would make him an orange green most of the time, and the few times it did come out purple, it was like a very dull purple,
Yeah,
darkened purple. But with the Acrocanthosaurus, oh no,
you could
it's a
see it.
bright purple, and it looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, it's just ooh. Very prominent indeed with their
And it
coloration.
has, and there's a bright green skin, and then that or it does have like an orangey green skin, and those all look great.
Yeah. Actually, dude, what do you think of the model for the Acrocanthosaurus? I know a lot of people don't like it because it's what they say is practically a chubbier T-Rex, but what do you think?
I like it. I like that it's chubby, definitely. I could see how it's like compared to an Acrocanthosaurus skeleton. I mean, it looks fine enough. Like no dinosaur is ever that accurate.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Like when I think about it, I think it has a distinct enough shape from T Rex.
Yeah, for me, I'm happy the way it is. I do like how they do try to make it further from the other large carnivores, and they didn't try to exaggerate it with spikes or spines and just go all crazy with it. They just beefed it up, exaggerated the spine just a little bit because it does have a bit of a spine in the fossil record. But yeah, I personally really do enjoy the Acanthosaurus for probably both the right reason and the wrong reason. Wrong reason being, oh, it's closing the gap between J-Pog and Jouet. So
Yeah, even though it's like once again, Dre does have more dinosaurs.
no, yeah,
Why?
but still, if we want this to replace J-Pog, it needs to get all those damn dinosaurs in.
Well, with the next update, we're a lot closer.
Yeah. Claire's DLC, Claire's Sanctuary DLC,
Yep.
um, which is looking to probably be around the same price range as Doctor Wu's DLC, so I'm gonna have to go and pick up a Steam gift card after this. But yeah, what I'm really excited about this. Well, for one, it doesn't add just one but two more dinosaurs that closes the gap between Jouet and J-Pod. So that leaves us with only two more dinosaurs for Jouet to add, which we'll get to later. But yeah, the DLC includes three new dinosaurs, um, brand new mechanics, specifically the paleobotany, includes one new map. Sorry, no, two new maps, Isla Nublar North and Sanctuary, and apparently it will have another story mission similar to Secrets of Doctor Wu.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and I forgot, freaking, uh, d- 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 truck rides,
Truck rides and plants.
trucks. But yeah, so where do you want to start with this?
Shows plants more. Shows more plants more.
All right, I guess we'll start with the paleobotany.
I, um,
You go
I
first.
am really interested in the paleobotany side of things,
Yeah,
especially regarding like film ideas and stuff. And it will, and it like the thing is, it's not. it's not like needed. Basically, what we know now, it's just it increases certain food types, increase certain dinosaur lifespans, and decrease others, right? So
Yeah,
that so so it's kind of up to you, and I like that because it's kind of up to you and how you use them. Do you? It's not just plant whatever and who cares. It's like, hey, you have a paddock of only like ceratopsids. Put a ceratopsid specific food item in there.
I think that's science.
Yeah, that would be really nice. I
Yeah,
I'm in, I'm definitely interested to see if certain plants give them unique animations to get to them. That could be cool. Like
yeah,
maybe a sauropod feeder where they have to put their heads to the ground to get it.
yeah, or maybe even have Triceratops. No, I got nothing. Shit. But yeah, I do like the idea of the paleobotany, especially since you can't just drop whatever food item you want in there and expect your dinosaurs to be hunky dory. No, specific plants work for specific species.
Yeah, I
And
honestly wish they do the same thing for carnivores. Let them eat cows and pigs and
yeah, and have them.
ostriches. I don't like
I mean, maybe ostriches. Um, oh, we have the fish feeders coming up.
and the fish feeders.
Although that's more so the update rather than the DLC. So,
That's
ah.
still a nice touch.
Yeah. We'll talk about it soon, but yeah, in terms of carnivores, it would be nice if we got something similar like that because for now it's just goats and the meat dispenser. So adding pigs or cows to slowly help your predator upgrade a bit, like the herbivores, would be nice because like you said before, it ups the stat. The paleobotany increases the stats of the herbivores depending on what food item you put in. So that's pretty cool. So if they could implement something similar with the carnivores with different live prey items, that would also be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, so that's paleobotany. Um, let's talk about the truck ride. Trucks.
Mother trucker.
What? I guess I've no. We never really discussed it, but with Joy, there's not really much of a sense of danger when you send a jeep in to do anything, or a gyrosphere
Yeah,
through a
they're
predator side.
indestructible. Whereas in JPOG, if you had a Jeep in the carnivore enclosure, you're in for a bad time.
Oh, especially. Oh no! What if the car like breaks down and oh no!
Oh god.
But yeah, here we have trucks, and my question is, will the truck be able to be destroyed or tipped over by a predator? And will
No.
everyone in? I doubt it. I personally
What's
doubt it.
funny with the truck? It would be easier to do it because it would be a case of like they could, in the same way that carnivores have animations for tipping for like killing herbivores, they could have a set animation to tip over said vehicle
Yeah.
and have the people fall out accordingly.
No, yeah, that would be fun. Even though if that does happen, there's no real system in place to rescue the visitors. So, oh dear. Oh dear, there's a lot of shit we missed out on.
Oh, yeah, we've been blasting through this.
Yeah, no, never mind. We'll just keep going forward. But yeah, it's yeah. If the T Rex were to do that, then there's no saving those people. There's no real
Yeah,
system in place to rescue them, unlike JPOG. And so I guess that's a little redundant, or I don't know.
yeah. I mean, maybe it would be the same thing where carnivores really don't affect it.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the case, but Yeah, it's nice to get a new attraction other than the gyrosphere. Oh, imagine balloon rides.
Oh my god.
Yes, balloon ride. Oh no. Okay, moving on. Um, we have two new island locations. That being Isla Nublar North and Sanctuary Island, and those two islands are playing a huge role in the story mission.
I think
Where
Aza Nublar would definitely be like the story based one. Sanctuary, that's going to be the interesting because that people are asking for as a site B of sorts.
yeah, it's like with Isla Nublar North, you're just getting dinosaurs out of there because of Mount Sibo erupting. But then you get to Sanctuary, and hoo hoo hoo, hoo 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 hoo. We are getting, but yeah, we are getting what Isla Sorna was supposed to be. Senor.
No, no, I'm listening. I'm just thinking like, yeah, it'd be nice to finally get a site B.
Yeah, but I think Sanctuary might be the response to that. Just because most of the game before up to this point was mainly build apart, but there was never a Site B option like there was in JPOG, where you could just make dinosaurs and let them do whatever the hell they want. And yeah, which speaking of JPOG brings us to three new dinosaurs that are being implemented. Those being Eurocephalus? Is that how?
Eupocephalus,
Yeah, Eupocephalus,
and then
Albertosaurus,
yep.
and Oranosaurus.
Oh man.
I'm actually kind of excited for Eupocephalus because from the little that we saw of it, it looks like it's definitely going to get more vibrant skins compared to the other ankylosaurids.
Oh
Which,
yeah.
yeah, which is great. I like that. But let's get into the jewels, shall we? Albertosaurus and Oranosaurus,
Oh.
closing that gap between J-Bog and Jue even further.
Oh, I was
Yes.
waiting for the Albertosaurus.
You know, um, I will say this. I'm really, really surprised they add Oranosaurus before Dryosaurus because out of all the dinosaurs that were left out from JPOG that weren't implemented into Jurassic World, um, Tyrannosaurus and Homalocephalus are the ones I'm really afraid of because I really thought that they would not be implemented into the game. But now we have Tyrannosaurus confirmed. Albertosaurus was a no-brainer. Same thing with Dryosaurus. Homalocephalus, though, Frontier, please. Please make a herbivore pack and have Homalocephalus in it, please, sir. Please.
Yeah, that is insane.
But yeah, it's
Insane.
but yeah, the fourth DLC will include Tyrannosaurus. That's really surprising. Um, all the few skins we do see for Tyrannosaurus, uh, definitely gonna be one of the more impressive or eye-catching herbivores amongst the bunch.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
like what they did with the sail, I'll be honest.
yeah, it's more like a hump rather than the Spinosaurus sailback with just a thin skin and the spinal protrusions. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, which is kind of a bit in line with some illustrations suggesting that maybe these sailed animals didn't have sails. Maybe they were more like bison humps or camel humps in a way. Um, which I'm kind of glad they did it with one of the sailed back species at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Albertosaurus, I'm a little concerned because we're not really seeing that many skins of it. We're only seeing the one, which is alright. But
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, hell, before the Acrocanthosaurus came out, all we knew about it was it's like one default skin, which is also okay.
Yeah, but
Oh, but I mean, it's clear that they seem to be getting the message of we want interesting skins for the dinosaurs.
yeah, and yes, and I guess that's everything from the Claire Deering DLC, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I guess we can move on to well, we'll start rounding this down pretty soon, but yeah, next subject: future speculations, hopes, and dreams.
Uh, well, all my hope is gone from life, so and all my dreams died. So,
Oh, you poor bastard, you.
shut up, you're the same.
The
Mr.
month
Depresso over here.
the month of May hasn't been very kind to me. All right, so at least we're getting the Clear Deering DLC. All right, shut up. But yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of future speculations, funny thing, the Clear Deering DLC was actually leaked, and everything that was predicted in that Reddit post, in that quote unquote leak, ended up being true. Like the actual theme of the DLC, the dinosaurs that they'll be including, and the paleobotany too. Um, Also the truck ride as well. So in terms of other DLCs that were quote unquote leaked, there was also Fatal Attractions, which is kind of blanking out on me because when I first saw those first few images, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, this is Photoshop. And then just clicked off. But now I should probably check back in with it, especially since one of the dinosaurs they're implementing is going to be Dryosaurus. Um, Honestly, I'm not surprised if they do add Dryosaurus. That's like,
Um, yeah, no, add a new dinosaur type into the mix. And
yeah,
small ornithopods.
yeah, I know. It's like, I'm actually quite surprised they didn't add Dryosaurus yet. It's like the poster boy for most ornithopods, next to Camptosaurus or
Yeah.
uh,
It's like
Leanosaura.
the legendary only one star dinosaur in J-Pog.
Yeah, but it is literally one of two of the last
It's
dinosaurs
like
from J-Pop.
objectively worst boy.
But hey, at least we got the better ornithopods already. Oranosaurus, Metabarosaurus, Iguanodon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Also, there was rumors of a 1993 DLC covering the original Jurassic Park. I don't know how true that is either.
I don't know. I mean, if it's just skins, that better be free.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I also heard that they were gonna be implementing another dinosaur to it. I think Compy and Oviraptor.
Compy's so iffy, especially with how big the grass, the everything is. Compy's
Yeah,
smaller than a person. You couldn't see them in the grass.
yeah, it's definitely going to be a tricky dinosaur to do if they ever do decide on doing it. But if they were to do it, I'd say they'd probably have to make it a quarter smaller than the Troodon. But even then, I could easily survive in this game without a Compy. Um,
Yeah,
ma-
I'm never begging for a
yeah,
Compy.
mainly because the Troodon kind of fills in that niche. I mean, hell, all the sounds from the Troodon is literally Compy noises.
And in terms of a 1993 pack, in terms of Jurassic Park dinosaurs, I think we have all the Jurassic Park dinosaurs.
No, we
It
do.
would be
Um,
great to get some of those original skins for the current dinosaurs.
yeah, that will definitely spice up the Velociraptor a lot.
Which is ironic because in that movie it's brown.
Actually, it's a pretty vibrant brown with some pinks and purples to it. I'll
Yeah,
send.
well the more interesting velociraptors are in the sequels.
Yeah, the tiger stripe.
And
The
of course, our boys, the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors.
Yeah, that would actually be a really awesome pack to do. Just add a new story element to Isla Sorna, try to take control of a different part of the island, and kind of do what they did with the Stegosaurs for Sorna in a bit, and
Yeah.
have and just have them as make it kind of like the Indominus Rex's camouflage gene. Just turn that gene on, and then it'll automatically turn the raptors into uh, the JP3 raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Also, Blue, Charlie, Echo, Delta.
Yeah, I mean, those, like, of course.
I mean, with
Especially
Delta,
blue. I think everyone wants a blue.
yeah, I think Delta could easily be skipped because like even the default skin that they have in game for it, that's a pretty good Delta right there. Charlie is more so striped, and Echo has some hints of gray and blue with the orange stripes in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we know, everyone wants some fucking blue.
Yeah. But yeah, it's yeah, we'll start rounding this down. If you were to add any five species into the game, what would they be?
Oh, of any dinosaur?
Yeah, any dinosaur.
Therizinosaurus.
Yes. Hell fucking
Um,
yes.
a Margosaurus.
A Margosaur. Oh, are you talking about that sauropod with the horns on its
Yeah.
neck? Yeah.
Diabloceratops.
Interesting choice, but okay.
In terms of like we have a lot of ceratopses, but the only kind of non, three-horned one is the Styracosaur. So they Diabloceratops could spice that up. No,
Yeah.
Sinoceratops. Still, I just like the Diabloceratops.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just trying to think because we have a lot of carnivores, so we don't really need those.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, if they add in, I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's the Brazilian Spinosaur.
Oh, Oxalia.
Yeah, because they could use that to introduce a four-armed Spinosaur. Because like there's barely anything on it, so they can kind of do what they want.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
And with that whole
Mm.
debate, I mean, it'd just be a cool concept.
Yeah, it's just
Uh, Add that in there, and I'm just trying to think.
yeah. Last time you said Utah Raptor.
Yeah, yeah, Utah Raptor's a good one. Give
Yeah.
us a red skin, give us Raptor Red. That'd be
Oh
nice.
yes, nice little Easter egg. For me, I'm not gonna say Dryosaurus because that's gonna come eventually. So for my five, Homalocephalus. Um, I wouldn't mind an Alioramnus. Just get another Tyrannosaur in there to
Yeah,
like make things a little more interesting with that species and give T Rex a little friend. Um, Yang Chungosaurus, I think it was called the predatory Allosaurid. No, sorry,
future.
the Chinese Allosaurid. I think I can't remember. um, Werasaur definitely would be an interesting Stegosaurid to add, especially since it's pretty much exactly like Stegosaurus, but half of its plates are missing. So, like the top halves of each plate is missing. So,
Yeah, yeah, I know that one.
yeah, so that'd be pretty interesting to see. And you know what? Might as well add one more Ornithomimid, even though we have three. Um, Ornithomimus.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's despite it being one of the more generic dinosaurs, each of the ornithomimids they have in game are pretty unique to each other. Like Struthiomimus is what you call the bare bone, like the poster child for what an ornithomimid is. But then you have Gallimimus and Archaeornithomimus, which have different proportions and skin textures, which really makes them stand out with each other, which is very welcoming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, so yeah, it would be nice to get like the head name of the ornithomimid family in there as well. And
Dethrone Becky.
Becky, no. We'll call her Sarah. No, we can't call her Sarah. We'll call her Rebecca. Hashtag Rebecca uh, beat the crap out of Becky. But yeah, you know, interesting fact. Here's a fun little fact. Almost every dinosaur in the rejected JPOG list has been added.
Oh.
Yeah, wait, hold up. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. This JPOG. Unused dinosaurs. So, yeah, out of the 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. So, out of the 13, about, like, yeah, about 6. So, that's literally almost half of the whole list has been added, and those 6 are Apatosaurus, Baryonyx, Deinonychus, Diplodocus, Iguanodon, and Myosaur.
Damn.
Yeah, so, you want to hear the other dinosaurs that need to be added?
Uh, sure.
Alright, so it's Aluramus, Ornithomimus, Penoplos, Penoplosaur, Tenontosaur, uh, Tesselosaur, Werasaur, and Yangchuanosaur. That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Will they add those? Who knows?
I
Maybe they'll
mean,
show up in the sequel.
yeah, I could see Werasaur being implemented. I could see Ornithomimus being implemented. Everything else is a bit of a question mark, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, yeah, well, let's end it here.
Yeah.
I
Good
could
place to
sense you,
end it.
I could hear you getting tired over there, just going
Yes.
silent.
I've been out for the day. It's been a bit of time week, so
Yeah, so yeah, Jurassic World Evolution, the game we waited for. Was it the game that we wanted? Yeah, pretty much.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice improvement. It's a great update to the Park Simulations franchise in a way. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what else they'll be implementing next. P.S. Frontier, if you don't have Homalocephalus, I will hunt you down and your families.
Give me the Therizinosaurus. You cowards. Bye.
At such a time we meet again. You all next time.